The intriguing gameplay trailer shown at the recent Xbox and Bethesda game showcase for fledgling Polish studio Plot Twist's upcoming The Last Case of Benedict Fox, a noir fiction voyage through hostile realms, decaying memories, and cosmic horror was, for me, one of the standout games revealed. Sure, there's plenty of side-scrolling action platformers within the indie scene, each with their own brand of unique atmosphere, combat, and hand-drawn art style. However, with its vibrant Tim Burton-esque presentation, imbued with somber turquoise and purple, its cosmic horror a la H.P. Lovecraft, contrasting with a rather sprightly jazz soundtrack, Benedict Fox's descent into mystical underworlds easily stands out. But beyond appearances, what makes The Last Case of Benedict Fox one of the most exciting games slated for release next year? For the uninitiated, the game's protagonist, the eponymous Benedict Fox, is a self-proclaimed detective tasked with discovering the fate of a missing family who are seemingly lost into the depths of a dark and twisted limbo. Together with publisher Rogue Games, Plot Twist's creative director Bartłomiej Lizakowski promises an immersive gothic-tinged underworld for players to explore, a structure with surreal maze-like locations littered with environmental puzzles and elaborate platforming. Oh yeah, and there's demons, lots and lots of demons, and monsters, and Lord knows what else is lurking beneath the foundations of the charming, Victorian-style 1920s Boston mansion that's presumably functioning as a gateway into the abyss. The Last Case of Benedict Fox is touted as a challenging experience too. See, all the hostile creatures awaiting Benedict are manifestations of pain, suffering, and trauma. They're the frightened memories of the deceased in physical form. To unravel the game's central mystery, Benedict must traverse the remnants of consciousness, scouring the memories of the dead, combing through their final mortal moments in search of clues. The witness testimony Benedict attains from the minds of the deceased unlocks opportunities for him to venture deeper into limbo, deeper into an underworld that grows increasingly aggressive and macabre. Perhaps most intriguing is Benedict's binding to a demonic presence, a dark aura overshadowing his actions, bound to him since birth, an ever-present companion throughout his journey into Twisted Cosmos. This demonic companion narrates Benedict's journey, a literal devil on his shoulder urging him into the shadows. It announces the game's stately manor as a place filled with anguish. It knows the mansion's history, but it's not telling the full story. The demon's presence serves up practical implications for gameplay too. Not only does it grant Benedict the power to explore the minds of the deceased, a wretched place not unlike the Upside Down in Stranger Things, but its tentacle-like protrusions offer interesting strategies for traversal and combat. As seen in the gameplay reveal, Benedict can swing over vast chasms thanks to the shadowy tentacles extending out of his back. He's able to latch onto enemies and hoist them into the air from a distance before switching to his firearms and filling them full of bullets as they helplessly hover overhead. Benedict can use objects lying throughout his surroundings as extra means to overcome foes. It calls to mind the switchable 1-2 punches of telekinetic power and gun-toting weaponry in Remedy Entertainment's Control. Clearly, they're interesting approaches to combat that'll surely add a tactical element to every enemy encounter, but whether these powers are wielded solely for Benedict's benefit is hard to tell right now. Gut feeling is all is not what it seems with his demonic companion. Sure, they're bonded together, the demon clinging onto Benedict akin to a parasite leeching off of its hosts, so theoretically the fate of Benedict affects the fate of the demon. But a common trope in classic noir detective stories is that of the femme fatale, who's usually portrayed as a seductive woman luring characters, often the protagonists, to entrapment. With Plot Twist creative director stating outright that The Last Case of Benedict Fox is influenced by classic 20th century noir fiction, it's not too much of a stretch to speculate this demon is luring Benedict into something altogether unsavory to serve its own nefarious endeavors. What the endgame is for this demon, well, we'll have to play to find out, but Benedict's immediate future certainly looks bleak. Furthermore, noir fiction is characterized by flawed, morally detached protagonists. Typically, these protagonists come face to face with their own inner demons, their personal struggles, and checkered histories as they strive to locate the perpetrators of whatever crime they're investigating, unspooling the central mystery as they go. Again, this is speculation, but it wouldn't be wholly surprising to learn that Benedict has skeletons in his closet, with his dark secrets revealed the closer he gets to solving the case of the missing family. After all, he discovers his dead father amongst the malaise, so there's a deep personal connection to the case. One thing we do know for certain is The Last Case of Benedict Fox's story will be twisted, with secret organizations, forbidden rituals, and cold-blooded murder the primary narrative elements. Whilst not explicitly stated in any of Plot Twist's marketing material up to now, There's for certain a Lovecraftian vibe floating through The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Typified by gloomy atmosphere and populated by otherworldly monsters, H.P. Lovecraft's stories are somewhat detached from everyday humanity. There's an air of misanthropy to his work, his narratives focusing less on characters and more on the central foundations of cosmicism philosophy. That is, that the ordinary human life is insignificant compared to the vastness of the universe. Such is this vastness, Lovecraft wagers, that our minds are simply unable to assimilate the discoveries which lie beyond our understanding, nestled somewhere inside our own personal cosmos. In his words, it was not meant that we should voyage far. Well, should we voyage far? What will we discover? What untold horrors lie waiting for us? Should we peel back reality's thin veneer? What biological abominations and unexplained dread lies lurking in the shadows ready to pounce? Should we shine a light on it? These are the burning questions The Last Case of Benedict Fox will hopefully explore, and that, to me, it's exciting. Dwindled down to its purest essence, it's the fear of the unknown, personified, face to face with the power of nightmares. With indie games shining brightest amongst the glut of summer video game announcements, it's The Last Case of Benedict Fox' vibrant blend of style and substance, part classic Metroidvania exploration, part Hollow Knight presentation that's the jewel in the crown. Its genre-best 60 frames per second at full 4K resolution ticks a lot of boxes too. Whilst no official release date has been announced by Plot Twist or Rogue Games, Benedict Fox Descent into Darkness is slated for release in spring 2023. If you're a fan of tough adventure games underpinned by engaging and emotional storytelling, then The Last Case of Benedict Fox might just be the 2D side-scroller you're waiting for, at least until Team Cherry finally releases Hollow Knight Silksong. The Last Case of Benedict Fox is currently listed as a PC and Xbox Series X and S and Xbox One exclusive, with pages up on Steam and the Epic Games Store for you to wishlist now.
That's all for now. If you enjoy what you saw, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, now is a great time to subscribe. We upload brand new videos every single day. After subscribing, don't forget to enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you next time, right here on Gaming Bolt.